So the next person I want to bring up has become a fast friend of mine, and you'll see that she has a very unique personality that has an energy level and just a vibration that's somebody you want to be next to. And it's somebody you want to be like your circle of five. Name is Didi Wong. We've just met for a few times. We've met at a workshop, and we've become friends in business and just have a lot of things in common to be able to grow together, and Stan as well too, and as well as many people in the room as well too that I hope to be able to be in our circle together. But she's going to be teaching you some great concepts, but the main thing today is she's going to ask for participation. And so today, I want you to understand also, and I'm sure you know, that sitting there and just listening is one aspect. If you engage more of your senses and really participate and do what she asks you to do and participate with what she's asking, you're going to get a much better result with that. So with that, I'd like to introduce Didi Wong. All right. Oh, you don't need this, right? Okay. You got it? Okay. Yes, got it.
Hear me? Do you hear me? Oh, my voice. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I am so grateful for Peter including me in this wonderful event and having me as a speaker. Thank you, Peter. Gratitude is something that I live with every single day and almost every minute. So whenever I go meet anybody new, any event, I'm always grateful to be there. And one thing that I always say at the beginning of my speeches is, I thank you. I thank you. I thank all of you in sitting in your seat right here, right now, because I do realize you guys are busy people, you guys have lives, you have families, but you chose to be here today and here with me, and you're spending some fun time with me. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope I can be of some service to you in the next hour. So I'm going to begin by telling you the title of my presentation, which is called The Secret in Making Double the Money in Half the Time. Who wants to know about that? Of course we all want to know about that, right? Before I tell you that secret, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, because most of you don't know me, although I have some really good friends in the room. I want you to know so that I can build some trust with you. Whenever you make connections, whenever you make a new friend, the most important thing is that you build trust. So I would love to build some trust with each and every one of you by just telling you and sharing with you about my story and how I came to be in this room as a successful, happy, positive woman. So, my story. As a young girl, I struggled a lot at school. Academics was not my thing. I was always failing my tests, and my parents were not happy with that, and my mother used to call me stupid all the time, and I became labeled the dumb one. I have two sisters. I have an older sister and a younger sister, and the middle child is the pretty one, but the dumb one, the pretty one, but the stupid one. The older one, she labels everything. The older one is the intellectual one, the one who we can ask to do everything, and the younger one is the cute one because she's young and she's cute. So actually, I turned that into a positive because my parents would never ask me to do anything. They always asked my older sister. So I was pretty cool, just laying on my couch and watching TV or whatever I was doing. But yes, in the early years, I struggled at school, and it was not easy for me growing up in Hong Kong, which is a very, very academic city. Every child is put through the ringer for trying to get their A's. So they sent me to England. They sent me to England where education is more all-rounded. And I was sent to a boarding school at the age of 9, which is really early. And English was my second language. I learned English completely from the beginning in a British country. So that's why you hear a little twang in my accent. So as I grew older, I still didn't advance with all the extra tutoring. or extra reading that I had to do. I was just slow in getting my academics right. But I was excelling in music, in drama, theater studies, we call it in England, and in sports. So I had some extra tutoring, and one tutor specifically said to me, and it was a writing tutor, and she actually turned to me, and I think I was maybe 13, maybe even 12, and she turned to me and said, Didi, I think you have a really beautiful writing style. And, you know, to this day, and I'm 42, to this day, that one simple compliment that I got from my tutor sticks with me every single day. And that one compliment is what I want to really input in you today, is that every single day, if you can take your time, to compliment somebody in whatever you think genuinely pleases you or that you see great, it will totally change that person's life. You may not know it, but he or she may be thinking that in the evening, oh my God, that person told me I was great at this and I never thought I was. And that little bit of compliment in somebody, to give to somebody, is really important. So that's my first nugget for you. And I continued to fail tests throughout my 15, 16, 17-year-old self. And in fact, when I was 15, because I was good at music, my sister got the full scholarship. Coco got the full scholarship academics. And let's see what Didi can do to save mommy and daddy some money, right? So I said, well, let me try for the music scholarship. Because I was doing a lot of music. I was playing the violin, playing the piano, I was singing, and head of the orchestra, school pianist, all of the things that you can think of as the top leader in the school in music, I was the one doing that. So there was a great chance for me to get this scholarship. But at the age of 15, I was against 2 other girls. And I was so sure I was going to get the scholarship. And the result was that I didn't get it. And it was the first devastation in my life that was truly traumatic for me. And it's funny because I've told this story so many times, and it still eats in my heart. And you can tell that I'm getting emotional because somehow I didn't get that, and I thought I was a failure because I was not good at academics. I was great at music, but I still failed at my music. So then, why do I still have this confidence in me if I have failed so much in my schooling years? And that is because I have this innate quality in me that I can actually connect with people. People, teachers at school were truly my mentors. And I was always the teacher's pet. No matter if I got a C or a D or even a Ling Dan, we call it in Chinese, which is 0 out of 100, somehow, some way, my teacher still really loved me. And that gave me my confidence. So no matter where you are in your life that you may be failing or whatever, what is really important is your relationships. Is your relationships with your family, with your mentors, with your friends, everybody you surround yourself with is what is really important, because they are the ones who will keep you lifted and give you that confidence to continue in life and overcome those failures. So at the age of 18, because in England the academics were so much more advanced and I was just failing in everything, I decided to go to America. And I said, you know what, let me try another country. And my dream was to be on Broadway. Because I was a great singer, I danced, and I can act. So I said, Mommy and Dad, and they grew up taking me to musicals. So I really fell in love with musicals. And one dream of mine was to stand on Broadway just as a chorus girl, because, I know I'm a Chinese, I wasn't stupid. I know that there weren't really that many roles for Chinese girls as a main part. So my dream was to be on Broadway, so I asked my mom and dad if I could please go to America to study, and in particular in New York. But I wasn't accepted to those schools in New York. Again, I was failing. And the one school that actually accepted me with my low SAT score was Boston University, which is a very, very, very good university. But they put me in the stupid college. And there is that one college called the College of General Studies, which is pretty much for all the dropouts. For all the dropouts who didn't make the grades or didn't get great SATs, but they somehow have something going for them. So they're like, okay, you know what, we'll take her. So it's funny because, you know, it's really frowned upon to be at the General Studies College. Whenever you mingle with other Boston University students, you would share what college you were going to. And we would be ashamed to say that we were going to the College of General Studies. But that was the one place that I actually truly found myself and felt that I was doing great. I was not failing anymore. I got my A's, maybe because I was the best stupid one. But you know what? Everything is a perception, right? So, you know, it was just known that as a dropout school, but when I was in there, I felt so great. I was a peer advisor. I built my confidence up because everybody around me started seeing me in a different light. So I'm telling you all of this because I want you to know that my success today is hard-earned. And today I stand here having just taken on becoming a speaker for the last 2 years of my life. I just spoke at the UN in front of thought leaders and top entrepreneurs. That was in June. I've been on a TV show that is actually #1 digital show right now, currently with, I think it's 30 million views. It's called Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch. And it's just like a Shark Tank, and I'm one of the investors. I've written a book with Jack Canfield, which is one of the legends in the personal development world, and I just won an award yesterday, the Quillies, for doing that big book, becoming a best-selling author. And I have all of these titles that I've truly earned in the last year, and my career has skyrocketed. And I say all of this, it all sounds really great and everything, but the one true achievement that I've had in my life is bearing 4 children. So on top of actually bearing 4 children, yes, and including a set of twins, which is really, really difficult and most challenging thing in my life. So, you know, it all comes around. You know, I do all my businesses. I have 5 businesses. I have 4 children. But ultimately, I am living my life to the fullest. And I want that same thing for you guys. So now I'm going to transition into sharing with you truly how to make double the money in half the time. So, I have just passed all of these because I remembered it all. So the secret is that 2 years ago, November, nearly 2 years ago, I sat in a seat just like what you're doing right now. And I went to this seminar, and I heard this one guy speak. And at the end of the speech, I was transformed. I was mesmerized by what I heard. I was just, something in my gut was telling me that I have to keep in touch with this person. And then I hired him as my mentor. His name is David Meltzer. He is the CEO of Sports One Marketing. And by hiring him as my mentor, my life has completely changed in the last 2 years. Without him, I wouldn't have gotten the role as an investor on the Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch, because that was a very difficult part to get. Without him, I would not be filming my feature documentary right now. Actually, it's chronologized. What is that word? Just following me. English is my second language. Following me through my journey as a speaker. So you'll see that movie come out next year, at the end of next year. And Peter earlier said the movie The Secret is actually produced by the same producers of The Secret. It's called Impact. So I would love for you guys to watch that when it comes out. It really, you see me from being a really green speaker, don't know what I'm saying, don't know my words, fumbling through my words, to present day, in fact, next year. So that's what I'm doing also. And when I hired him, I did not focus on how much money I want to make. And I really want you to get that. Although my title is about money and how you can make money, more money in half the time, I really want you to actually take that out of your head, because money will come when you increase your confidence, when you increase your great energy, your positivity. And then that will lead you to connections. Then you'll connect with everybody that you come across. So you see that I have this bubbly energy, I have this positive energy, I come in smiling, all of those things. I come in looking presentable. All of this is important to your life, to your business. How you present yourself, how you speak, how you feel confident, how people feel your energy. It is so important in business and in leading to how you can make more money. So don't worry about the structure of all, business or the product so much. It is important. But when I was sitting there as an investor at the TV show, I saw so many people come in to pitch to me, and they were so not confident. And to me, that was just the one thing that was missing for me to actually invest in their business. They might have a great product. They might have a great idea. They might have the right words in presenting that idea to me, but I did not see their confidence. And that is the one thing that I always look at. Your confidence is the magnet that will make me want to be around you. So people call me the people magnet. And the reason why they call me that is because I have this confidence, but not in an arrogant way. I have a confidence that I can help you. I have a confidence that I have acquired to make me this joyful self, and I work hard every single day, every single hour, in fact, to keep myself in a bubble that I cannot be broken. Nobody, no words, nothing can happen that will trigger me to change me into the negative state. And I truly say this without bragging. I truly am a very happy, positive person, I would say 99.9% of the time. And that is because I work on myself. And I want you guys to think about working on yourselves every single day. And that is the simple stuff. Surround yourself with the people who lift you up. Jim Rohn, the very famous motivational speaker, said, you are the average product of the 5 people you surround yourself with, right? So think about the people you surround yourself with. Who do you speak to the most? You don't even have to surround yourself physically with them, but who do you speak to the most? Who do you text the most? Who do you call the most? Who do you read your social media posts from the most? A friend of yours. So, those are the little things that you can change, little things that you can change in life that can make you a more positive, more confident person. And there is one core value which I talked about, which is confidence, and that is believe in yourself. When you have confidence, you believe in yourself, you walk into a room and you can be happy, smiley, connect, because you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about connecting with that person and learning about them, so you can learn about how you can be of service to them. Instead of, I'm going in, I'm making a sales, I need to make sure I can hit this amount of money. So all of that is wrong way of doing sales. Just focus on the person that you're speaking with. Focus on the things that you're hearing, so you're listening to what is being said, and then you can ask, what can I do to help you? And that is truly the way to build friendships, to build true trusting relationships that will go into business relationships, that will go into big deals, and that will go into perhaps somebody like me investing in your company. I need to know that I like to be around you. That is the ultimate. So when I was doing that TV show, as I told you, the pictures came. Some of them were so boring and monotonous, and I just wanted life. I wanted something more. And so I decided at that moment that I wanted to create a company. And this company is called the Yes Academy. Because I've always been called the yes girl. I almost to a fault say yes without really thinking if I have the time or the energy or the money to do so. But because I'm so committed to life and I'm so passionate about helping people, whenever people come to me, I love to say yes, except if you ask me for $100,000 and you don't have a good product and I don't like to be around you. But I generally say yes to anybody who asks of me to help. And that is the yes energy that I want you to think about. And the more you say yes, and of course, there's also the other part where people say when you say too much yes, then you're overwhelming yourself. Of course, you know, I'm stereotyping. I'm saying you want to have that yes energy, to be positive, to say yes to yourself first before somebody comes to you and asks you for help. And then you'll know if your gut is telling you to say yes. So my 3 words that I have chosen for the Yes Academy is confidence, connections, cash flow. I know you see it differently on the flyer because that was when I first came up with 3 words. But as a company happens, it evolves. So I'm being transparent to you that I just changed my 3 words because I've evolved in the last year myself. So the confidence, connections, and cash flow, it's a simple formula that I use in my everyday life connecting with people, and that is what makes my success. So let's talk about the success, how to make more money in half the time. And I am going to do audience participation, so get ready for that soon. But I do want to give you some really great insight into how you can better yourself and make more money. Number 1, you have to work on you, as I've taught you, like confidence, believe in yourself, surround yourself with the right people, eat the right things, exercise, all the simple stuff to keep you at the best state. And learn how to use your language. That would be one thing that I would also give you as a nugget. Make sure you know that you're saying things in the right way. Learn to articulate. And that is one thing that I'm also known for. People love hearing me speak because I am articulate in how I deliver a message. And it helps with that little accent going. And then the other thing is reassess. Reassess your surroundings. So I want you to think about, earlier I said, the people you surround yourself with. Reassess those people. People come in your life and out of your life for a reason. So don't feel bad if you're growing out of a friendship because you are really growing and they're not, and they're pulling you down. If you have people who you talk to on a daily basis who are negative and don't give you great energy, I'm not telling you to not talk to them, but I'm telling you to talk to them less. It's simple. I have my mother who is quite negative, but she's my mother and I love her very, very, very much. So I choose my time in connecting with her. And that's the advice I would give you. I'm sure all of you have somebody who is pretty negative in your life. So just choose that time. Reassess what you do with your time. Are you wasting your time every single day on social media? Not saying the business social media, because you post and, that kind of social media I'm not talking about. I'm talking about just browsing other people's stuff, watching videos, and, that is such a waste of time. If you are focused on getting what you want, get organized, get your time right. Have a calendar And I really love talking about calendars. I'm a stickler for time management. In fact, with 4 children under the age of 8, I have to be good with my time management. And also because I say yes to so many things, I have to be able to do all of the things I say yes to. So look at your calendar. Do you have one that is color-coded that could really help you? I use a calendar that I open, I write in my calendar because I love the art of putting pen to paper. And I use 4 colors. I use red for my family, I use black for myself, I use green for anything to do with my companies, and I use blue for my speaking. And when I open my calendar for September, I immediately can see that, oh, my life is pretty balanced because I have enough green, enough red, enough blue, enough black in there. If you can take on this method, it's a really, really cool method. If you see that I don't have enough red, that means I'm not making enough time for my family. If I don't see enough black in there, that means I'm not making enough time for myself. So life is about balance. You want to spend time spending time with your family, with your work, with yourself. You know, so I would encourage you to try that method, even if it's just for 1 week, and see that it could work for you. On the iPhone, by the way, there is color coding you can use on there if you are a more digital person. Number 3, get organized, which I just actually went through. Number 4 is marketing. So now you have your ideas. You have what you want to put out to the world. The most important thing in business, I think, is marketing. Because I have met so many people who have a great product, but they don't put it out into the world. So how is it that anybody will know about your product if you don't market it, right? So I encourage you to really think about your marketing and actually put some money in your marketing, because that is really, really, really important. Number 5 is implement. Implement also means take action. So when you have all of this together and you want to market, then you need the right software. Nowadays, things like Infusionsoft, ClickFunnels, a lot of other softwares that you could use in order to implement, because obviously to have a really great business is to have lots of customers, right? So to have lots of customers, you have to be constantly communicating to people you don't know, or you know, or people who have known you, and you want them to be loyal and come back to you. So customer acquisition is all in implementation. When you have the right software to do your emailing for you, to do your writing for you, to follow up for you, that is half the battle. You don't even have to work. The system does it for you. And then number 6 is, once you have all of that, you can actually sit back and enjoy your life and spend that time with your family. You want to celebrate yourself, celebrate your hard work. You do want to take that time to go on vacation, to take that time, as for women, just to even go to get a massage or go and get your nails done. For the guys, massage also. You know, those are not treats all the time. Those are things that you need to do regularly to keep you in that yes energy state. So these are my simple 6 rules for the Yes Academy. I went through them pretty quickly because I have only 1 hour to share with you. And now I really want to get 3 volunteers up here to do, actually we'll do 1 at a time, but we'll have 3, okay? Yes, please come on up. So, what I'm gonna do is, let me get my, can somebody time for me? I just need 4 minutes on the timer, okay? So what is your name?
My name is Baba. Hi, everyone.
Baba? That is so cool. Baba. Yeah, Baba is like father in
That's what it means, actually.
Oh, wonderful. Are you a father?
I'm a father.
Yes, wonderful. Where are you from?
Nigeria originally.
Oh, so nice to meet you. So, Baba here from originally, but where do you live now?
I live in Texas.
Texas. Okay, I love Texas people. Okay, so this is an exercise that I do in my very first workshop. I have a prerequisite course that I need anybody who wants to enter the Yes Academy do, and it's called the U101. It's a workshop that I do. And I invite every student up, and so I'm just giving you a little glimpse of it. For Baba here to stand here and speak about himself for 4 minutes. And I want you to just talk about anything that you want to say to this audience. And that is my instruction for you. Go.
Thank you, guys. So glad to meet every one of you again. My name is Baba. This is my first time in LA, Hollywood, and I am very thrilled to be here. So grateful that I'm in the midst of wonderful people, like-minded people who share similar values and visions of where I want to take my life to. I spent several years in corporate America, so I'm not going to bore you with all my details. But one of the realizations for me after spending several years there was I discovered that the value that I placed on my time was very self-limiting. What do I mean by that? I was one of those who had those fantastic jobs in code. They call it six-figure salary in America. I was doing corporate strategy, and I was earning about basic salary of $120,000 a year. You can call it the American dream, the way we call it here. But what shocked me was after making so much money for the company, when I least expected it, I was let go. And you was like, oh my God, the same story all over again. I didn't cry over it. I remember driving 11 hours all the way back to Texas. And in that drive, people were wondering, are you okay? And I called my brother up and said, hey, look, this is what is happening. The company is giving me a decision to either downgrade my role or for me to decide that, you know what, if you said I will give you another role where you take less pay, 20% pay cut, or you'll find another role within the company or outside the company. So I told them, they said, what do you make a decision on Monday? And I said, no, you can't just tell me that you're giving me options that you're giving to Monday. So I told them, no, that doesn't work that way. So I pushed back and told them politely, you know what, how about you give me a week? So I need to pray about it. I need to talk to my family before I make such a decision. I thought it's big, you're giving me an option, right? He said, yes, okay. If you could wait till Monday, you could as well wait for a week. And the HR and my boss and everybody, they agreed. So I knew in my heart when driving 11 hours that it was an inflection point in my life and I needed to really make a deliberate decision. I'm in my early 40s, I asked myself questions, what really did I want to do with my life? In Africa, I read Tony Robbins' book, The Awakening the Giant Within. I wrote all this fancy stuff, I'm going to be a millionaire by this time, I'm going to do all of this stuff. And I left everything and left them behind. And when I got to America, I felt going to grad schools and all of those stuff, getting all those great degrees would help me. But you know what's funny? When it was time for the company to give me an option, all those fancy degrees did not matter. They made that decision. And I told myself for the rest of my life going forward, I will take a deliberate decision to develop myself and live my life to the fullest. And that's my story, guys. You just informed me. I don't know if I
Well done. Great job. Thank you. All of you have a postcard in front of you that's blank. I want you to take 1 minute, and this is anonymous, okay? So I really want you to help Baba out by telling him exactly what you think of him on that piece of paper. And don't be afraid to tell the truth. What about him attracted you? What about him not attracted you? Did he speak in a way that you didn't understand, or did he speak clearly? Say your truth about your reaction to the 4 minutes that you just heard from Baba. What you think of him. This is going to really help Baba out. And Marty, I see you somewhere. Yeah. When they're done, if you can collect them for me, thank you. If you can write Baba's name on the top two, how do you spell it, please? How do you spell your name? B-A-B-A? Okay, perfect. So his name, B-A-B-A, at the top right-hand corner. Be truthful so you can help him. I want you to even think about what he could improve in presenting himself to you. About 20 more seconds. And the next one I'm going to pick is actually not going to be one who will put their hand up. I'm going to pick one of you to be up on this hot seat here. Yeah, when you're done, if you can give it to Marty for me. Thank you so much. And Marty, you can give them to Baba at the end of all of them. So the second volunteer that I'm going to pick, anyone who's looking down, I'm going to pick you. Yeah, come on up. What is your name? Michelle. So lovely meeting you. So Michelle's going to have 4 minutes on the clock to tell you all about herself. And I really want you to be thinking about if you met her in an event like you are today, but if it's just a one-on-one conversation, in the 4 minutes, what has she added to you or not? And you're going to be writing feedback to help her out. Okay, here we go. Go.
Michelle Chavez. I'm actually from Los Angeles. I've never lived outside of California. I've lived here my whole life. I still work in the corporate world, and I've been attempting to be an entrepreneur since I was 9 years old. I started out as a kid with a dream of always wanting to own my own business and be my own boss. And when I turned 18 years old, I started out at my first MLM company. With that, I've attempted to do traditional network marketing, direct sales. I've been doing online or attempting to do online for the last 6 years. I still hold a full-time job, and I'm a genuine person. I love people. I'm very spiritual. Over the last 4 years, I've really been focusing on trying to develop my interpersonal self, trying to connect and find myself as an individual. I'm the oldest of 5 girls, and I've always been expected to just be the leader. So I think that's part of the reason why I just really love helping people. I love making connections. I love to network. I try to attend events as much as I can, just because I just love meeting new people. I like to just get to know people, and the more knowledge I have, and the more knowledge I can share with others, it just makes me feel good. If I know that I was able to help you in some way, even if it was just one person, I feel that I did my job. I have a big goal, to help other people make an impact, especially when it comes to the health and wellness world. We all know all the epidemic that's been happening, people getting sick, people that suffer from depression, anxiety, suicide, and I know that a lot of that is affected by the foods that we eat and just the way that we, the lack of caring for ourselves. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to be able to help other people to educate them on how they can improve their lives internally so that they can just be a happy living person. So that's just me in a nutshell, but that's who I am. I'm genuine, and I'm happy, And I'm just always looking for the positive in any situation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So we'll take 1 minute to write about her, for her.
I'm going to give you a tip also when you're writing these, because I really want to help the person who came up. I want you to not just focus on what she said, focus on everything else as well, like body language, eye contact, fashion, movement, articulation, words she chose to use. About 20 seconds more. Whoever's done, please just put the card up so Marty can come and collect. Please put her name, Michelle, on the top right-hand corner. You're my chosen one. You're up next. Yes. I'll explain to you why I do this exercise when I'm done with it. But this is our third volunteer that volunteered by me. Okay, you have 4 minutes. Introduce yourself.
Valerie Burton. I am from Virginia. I originally grew up in New Jersey in one of the worst cities in the state, which was Camden. And I survived it, and I survived it with comedy. I moved to Delaware. I was a single mom and moved to Delaware because I was constantly chasing a dream. You know, I was self-employed. I was cleaning airplanes for a living. And I was hiring other single moms, and that business was very successful. I moved on from that. I moved to Virginia because it kind of fell through. One of the airlines didn't pay me, and I was like bankrupt. I lost my apartment, put all my worldly possessions in a U-Haul truck, moved to Virginia, met my husband, life changed. I have never been unemployed in Virginia unless by choice. A few months ago, a couple of years ago, I was self-employed. I loved working from home. I could get my laundry done. My house was clean. I had friends. I just had the confidence to be there. Today, I want that same thing. I ended up going back to work, to the office. I don't want anybody else judging how much I make. I want to be in control of my life, my finances, and I don't want other people telling me where my limits are. I want my limits to be outrageous, because they are. So, and I think that's 4 minutes.
I'll give you 1 more minute.
Oh, God. comedy. I'm truly enjoying this conference. I love meeting people as well. I'm that person in the Walmart line that will talk to you no matter what. On the plane ride here, I was sitting next to a contestant for Miss Virginia. She was coming out here to try on her gown, and for part of pick up her gown, and she was meeting her designer, and I got to hear her whole story. We exchanged phone numbers, and she sent me a picture of her gown, and I was like so excited for her. You know, here's this 26-year-old woman talking to a 60-year-old. So, and we had a great conversation. It was fun. We connected, and she's from my area, so I made a new friend again.
Good job. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes. What is your name again, please?
Valerie. Perfect. Valerie, top right-hand corner. 1 minute. How much time do I have left, please? 17? Perfect. Thank you. Remember, you're writing to help. You're writing to really give insight. No judgment in terms of her not knowing who's writing it. But I want you to be judgmental at this point. Da, 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 da. Oh, the Jeopardy was 20 seconds. Da, 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 Done. Okay, last victim. That will be you, sir. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, 4 minutes on, go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you so much for coming by. For those guys that do not know me, my name is Yusuf Emresh, 26 years old, born and raised in New York City. So if you're in New York City, kudos to you. Peter, thank you so much. It's actually been a pleasure getting to meet you and getting to know you. Typical New Yorker, born and raised in Brooklyn, went to school, high school, I did what my parents forced me to do. Hated my life, I was conditioned to do certain things. Being the older sibling in the family, I understand where you're coming from, so I relate to you. I was the person who had the responsibilities, and if I didn't do what I was told, and I had one of the spoons broken on my body, you know, you name it, especially coming from a Middle Eastern family. But fast forward, I went to school. I had no idea what I wanted to do. My grandparents told me I needed to become a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer simply because they cracked 6 figures every year. Had nothing to do with whatever I was passionate about. I had to become a cardiologist because they made $500,000 a year. I said, okay, you know what? That sounds great. You know, as a typical 17, 18-year-old, I would love to do that. Went into college. That's when I realized I was definitely not into what I wanted to do. My GPA dropped to 1.4, and I was so devastated considering the fact that I graduated valedictorian from high school. So just seeing that kind of number on my reports, I'm so devastated. And it was a wake-up call for me because I realized I had so much more potential. So many more people told me I have a great personality, I have a great character, so obviously I was meant to do more. And I always learned the fact that if you are able to do more, become more, achieve more, learn more, earn more, why wouldn't you? You know, I was always sick and tired of the fact that I worked with so many different bosses my entire life who treated me like a slave because I totally feel like, with all due respect to people in the corporate world, The word employee is another word for like legal slavery or an indentured servant, you know, and I totally hated it, you know, and I realized I wanted to do more for myself, and I was the type of person, I started doing lots of personal development, listening to great speakers, you know, like Didi and Peter and so many different people who had massive success in their lives. And I've always believed in the fact that you have to watch and follow people who have what you want. You know, you listen to what they listen to, you say what they say, you do what they do, you get what they have every single time. It's a great formula, you know, and I learned to do that. Fast forward a couple years, I got into MLM, you know, the company itself went terribly alright, went down the drain, but the lessons that I learned along my journey is what helped me become the person I am today. And it all starts with one thing. The person that you should be, at the end of the day is you, as Peter mentioned earlier, you know, or somebody mentioned, you did, I'm sorry. You're the only you, you are unique, you are special, you know, don't pretend to be somebody else, just be yourself. At the end of the day, this is just a few nuggets, and at the end of the day, this is pretty much my life in a nutshell, and I wish you all the best of luck and success.
Good job. Thank you.
With lots of judgment. Yusuf or Joseph, yeah. Top right-hand corner. Dun, 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 dun. 20 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Since I'm a singer from young, I don't know, I'm making up some lyrics. Dum, da, dum, bum, 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 bum. Okay, so thank you very much for that exercise. I want you to know that it's really important to know who you are and how you want to be perceived. But how the world perceives you is a totally different story. And that was the heart of that exercise. When I do that exercise in my workshop, for 10 people, it's a very intimate workshop, it really opens up some eyes to, wow, do people really see me that way? Some people get pissed off, actually. Some people get really pissed off at me, but that is the goal of the exercise. I want you to know truly how you present yourself to the world. Yusuf may have come up looking really confident, speaking really confidently, right? But something about him may have not, just something about him may not be. I mean, I'm just using you because you were so good. You know, it is so important when you present yourself to the world that you, I said it before, speak well, articulate your thoughts, communicate well, so that you will actually come out the way you really want to come out. And if you have a certain negative spot, people can feel it. So back to my whole thing about the secret of making double the money in half the time, the secret is you. Truly, the secret is you. If you want to do well in life and make lots of money, you have got to work on you first. And that is my message for you today. If you would like to keep in touch with me, my Instagram is Didi Wong Official. That's my full name, D-I-D-I. Facebook is at Didi Wong. Twitter, same thing. LinkedIn, same thing, at Didi Wong. My TV show that you can see on YouTube is called Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch. I'm one of the judges. And again, my movie is called Impact, coming out next year. If you follow me, you'll get to see me do what I do, and you'll see me how green I was at the beginning. It's really a cool thing to see. And I would love to keep in touch with you. So I have cards on your chair. So if you want to know anything about the other points that I did not really go through, I would love to keep you on my mailing list to be able to send you information about my workshops that are coming up. You could fill in those cards for me, and Marty will pick them up. And if you want to email us, it's info@theyesacademy.com. Thank you so much for your time again. I really enjoyed it, guys. Thank you so much.
There was an extra card. Stan came over and asked me to really write down